Hey out there, you're watching GoTarryn TV. This is Roger Scott of Roger Scott Fitness. Ready for my interview.
And we're back, and happy Saturday, October 10th, everyone. Welcome to GoTarryn TV. As you can see, side by side, we're welcoming for the very first time Mr. Roger Scott of Roger Scott Fitness. And Roger, welcome to GoTarryn TV today.
Hey, all right, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's great to have you, and I've got your contact information from the Second Ponce de Leon Baptist Church. I got your business card, and then I got to go to your website, and I wanted to invite you on here. First and foremost, if you could please start and just say a few things about yourself, where you're from, where you grew up, and how you got involved in fitness, and I guess we could just go from there, please.
Yeah, I grew up in South Jersey, and I been in fitness my whole life. I was always a small guy growing up, always wanted to be big, and I couldn't do it until I got my had a second growth spurt when I was 20 years old when I was in the Navy, and
Okay.
I got into the weights, and well, I started seeing results. I was always pounding the weights. Any movie that was on that had training or sports or anything like that, Rocky movies, all that stuff, I was always doing it, and I couldn't get results. And once I started getting results, I got into it big time, and there was a time when I was out of the Navy, I let myself go a little bit, and I sparked and got back into it, and I've been training people ever since.
That's really cool. And yeah, I realized you were in the Navy, and my sister was in the Navy. My sister recently retired from 15 years active duty in the Navy as a CB mechanic. If you don't mind me asking,
The
where
Stevie, huh?
she was, yeah, where she was stationed most recently in Huntsville, Alabama, and before that she was in Norfolk, Virginia, and then abroad. But where were you based, and what did you do in the Navy, Roger?
I was based in I was assigned to a training squadron out of Jacksonville, Florida,
Okay.
and we'd go up to. I was in the Naval Air, and I was a plane captain.
Oh, wow.
I would direct the aircraft. Boom, get the effect. Yeah, it was a really good experience, and it was a training squadron for the pilots, and we'd have to go to the aircraft carrier. We'd go up to Norfolk and go out in the Atlantic, and they'd have to get qualified landing on the aircraft with the arresting gear and all that stuff. And
Wow, that is really cool.
yeah,
That's awesome.
I didn't travel, but I did. I didn't travel much in there, but I did have a great experience and was on the aircraft carrier. That was my favorite.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's great. And how did you end up in Atlanta? What brought you to Atlanta, Georgia, and when was that? How long ago was it that you've been here for?
No, that was over 20 years ago.
Okay.
1995. I got out of the military, and I drove up here. I had a family member living here, and
Okay.
I wanted to use my GI Bill money and go to school up here, and I liked it up here when I visited. And yeah, I've been in Atlanta ever since.
That's really cool. And then I'm a huge, big Food Network person. I love. I see that you're training one of the celebrities on the Food Channel there, and I think that's great. It looks like you train Mr. Alton Brown.
Yes,
That's
yes.
awesome. And how long have you been training Alton for now?
Well, he in total, it was started in 2004,
That's cool. That's
and
awesome.
that
Okay.
was about a year, and then he had to he left because he had the other shows he picked up, got real busy,
Sure.
was traveling all the time,
Yeah.
and then he called me in 2009, and around Thanksgiving 2009, and we have been training ever since.
Oh, that is so cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. It's been amazing. He's a really good guy, and
Yeah.
he had really good results. I mean, once start training somebody, I don't know. I kind of take a close connection with everybody I train, whether it's for a month or for years.
Yeah.
And I always want to make sure that they're staying in good health no matter what. Regardless if they're across the country, if they're with another trainer, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Concerned. He had gained weight, and I saw him on one of those commercials. I was like, oh no. And it was
Uh-oh.
funny because he actually had called me a week later and was like, "Hey, I need help. I need you again." And but we were able to get really good results, and even with all the traveling and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I imagine you guys probably talk nutrition and cooking and eating in your sessions, I bet.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's nice because we'd go out to his studio where he shoots and train him there, and then of course they have the kitchen there and stuff, and we can make shakes or I can go over like the food nutrition stuff with him as well. I try to do that, incorporate that. I do incorporate that, I should say. But I try to make that stick with everybody. Nutrition's it's like the most important
Yeah, you're right.
component of fitness.
Oh, definitely. You're absolutely right. Um, and again, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video blog, you train at the Family Life Center in Buckhead. And I saw on your website too that you also offer, I think, in-home training as well. Is that correct?
Oh yes. But just make a correction. I don't train at the Family Life Center. I actually went there for an event. It was
Gotcha.
for
Okay.
it was one of the clients, but it was for the salsa class that one of
Gotcha.
the
Gotcha.
Zumba instructors were teaching there.
Okay.
And I had left some cards on the table. I thought that's where that center. So I'm not part of the family center. I'd like to be, but I thought that's where you put your networking cards.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
Did I do that right?
Oh, certainly. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, the staff there's all
Okay.
really cool. Actually, all the trainers there are independent contractors, so really anybody can train there. And that's the thing. People don't even have to be a member of the gym. So that's fine. Yeah. And definitely because I think that's perfect because that way people have an option and if they're interested in some of the different things like you were talking about, that was going to be my next question. It's called, is it Salsa with Me? Is that correct?
Yes, it's also with me
Yeah.
being metabolic exercises,
Yeah, can you
and
talk
it's
about that? Like what's
a
in
workout, yeah,
Yes.
with salsa cardio.
Okay.
So, and I separate the two. I do the fitness first, and then I have my shakes that I make that I provide to all my clients, and then so we get boost energy up, your metabolism's revved up, and then we do the cardio. So I show them how to put like an hour's worth of entire fitness and get the food, nutrition, fitness, and cardio in,
No,
and
that's
also
great.
practice an activity that they like, which is dancing. So.
Sure. And now how did you get into that? And, how long have you been doing that for as well?
Well, the salsa dancing, I've been doing that since 2003. I got into it. I was dating a Latina woman at the time, and one of my clients was telling me that her niece was going to Tongue and Groove on Wednesday nights for the free salsa. And I said, "Oh, at 9 o'clock." I was like, what? I have that free, and I didn't live far from there, so I was like, maybe I should try that and then surprise my then girlfriend, take her out and do some salsa dancing and stuff. And I got there and I fell in love with it. It was a lot of fun. And of course I know I'll show my age here, but I always use the analogy. I do the Mr. Miyagi effect when it comes to fitness or any type of activity. I'll find a workout out of it or a way to incorporate that. So, yeah, it's always stuck with me. I had a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and really, um, I'm not a big cardio guy. I do it, but I always try to make it fun.
Yeah.
Whether it's fitness or whether it's just anaerobic or if it's cardio, and especially cardio, because it can get boring just walking or running or just being indoors or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you do the movements, and then you can do it with partners, and then you can practice, go out and have fun.
Yeah.
And I found it, not only that I like it, my clients, when I incorporated, introduced them to it a little bit, they enjoyed it too. So
That is really cool. And in
whatever
addition,
works.
yeah, no, that's wonderful. And you also offer a program. Is it Tactics? Is that correct?
It is. It's a MMA fitness
Okay.
basically. I'm not an actual martial arts instructor,
Okay.
but it's martial arts fitness. But I can train MMA fighters or just just self defense workouts. It's basically like a kickboxing is and do it again. It's similar to this also maybe with the metabolic exercises, the adrenaline training.
Yeah.
You do, yeah, and I do offer that. I have a couple of clients. One is a police officer, and he likes to do like the Brazilian jiu-jitsu and stuff, and he gets into the tactics a little bit sometimes as well. He likes that because
That's
it
really
keeps you. It's another way of fitness instead of just throwing weights around. You're actually doing like functional training
yeah.
and things that either want to do or just do in everyday life.
You have such an interesting, unique niche. Being able to offer everything that you do. And with the tactics, just out of curiosity, do you have interest in? Do you ever watch UFC or cage fighting, MMA, any of that stuff?
I'm really not a big fan of that. I'm not against it, but I'm just not.
Yeah.
No, I don't get into. But I do like the training. I'm a fan of the training. No
Yeah.
question about that. I mean, that's just a lot. And I'm definitely a big fan on that, just to make sure that it's done safely and not. There's always some outliers in there and like some radical, like crazy training, you know. But for the most part, I love the training. I think it's really good, and anybody can do it, from seniors to youth to all the way through, even people with injuries, as long as it's monitored correctly and done correctly,
Yeah. Yeah.
in a
Certainly.
safe atmosphere. Yeah, I do like results.
Okay. Awesome. And then let me ask you this too, Roger, because I thought this was pretty interesting. You have, I believe, some acting experience here as well, correct?
Yes, a little bit. I
Yeah,
do.
because my wife is trying to get into that field, and she's done a couple of things as being an extra. But can you talk a little bit about, is it the Hunger Games Catching Fire? Was that right?
Yes. I was Cass's peacekeeper. Yeah, in the sequel, The Catching Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a small cameo. If you're not a big blinker, you're going to be able to see me. But when the star, when Miss Katniss or whatever, she walks into the training center, I was dressed as a peacekeeper, and
Yeah.
good headshot to her over her left shoulder, over on the right side, and I'm just standing sentry and stuff. So
That is
we
really
didn't have the
cool.
helmets on, so.
How did you get that hooked up? I mean, what interested you with that?
Well, that actually, that was all in 2012. I had a near death experience. Had bacterial meningitis, and
Oh, wow.
in late January 2012, and I had to have brain surgery, have it removed. So that little scar there is my
Oh, wow.
yeah. It's um, and I make sure I let everybody know that when I was in the operating table, I mean, they didn't know. I mean, that the bacterial meningitis is the deadly one. I mean, that's the one that you need surgery for and you can die.
Oh my
And
God.
the
Wow.
doctor said my heart rate during surgery was like at 20 BPM, just a little below, and they had the Pulp Fiction juice all ready to go, that adrenaline shot.
Wow.
And
Jeez.
they said they didn't need it, because and they said because I was so strong and healthy,
That's amazing.
that's what pulled me through. I didn't even need the adrenaline shot. So, I make a note to let everybody, I mean, thank God that I'm alive, but that I got into fitness for the direct to get into fitness like I did years ago and become a
Yeah.
trainer. And that healthy lifestyle of being fit, active, and eating well, that's that's pretty much what pulled me through there.
Yeah. Yeah,
So it's
certainly.
not just about looking good or feeling good. It could save your life.
Yeah, that's amazing. What a testimonial. And ever since then, everything's fine, I take it. I imagine you're good?
Yes. Oh,
Wow.
yes. Actually, I went through 3 months of therapy,
Mm,
um,
mm.
and uh, a lot of my clients, I mean, they waited for me to finish, and then when I got signed off and cleared to go back, I went back, and the acting came about as one of the clients. It was a group clients, and they saw me on that. I was actually on the Food Network
Oh,
a
cool.
few
Nice.
years on that Alton show as a Clarence orderly.
Oh, how cool. How cool.
Yeah, and they didn't see that, so I showed them, and they were, one of them said, "Hey, with the movie industry become bigger here in Atlanta, and
Yeah.
with your new outlook, because basically the thing was I couldn't do like I used to do schedules and all this stuff in my head. I mean,
Yeah.
but getting back when I came back, I felt like I was better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to test myself, I was trying things new. I had a whole new approach on life, or even more. Like, I'm not going to sweat the little things, or I'm going to try to step outside my box a little bit.
Yeah.
And I started doing that with the fitness. And then one of my clients said, "Well, why don't you try acting?" And I was like, yeah, I will. And then a week later, that my client had sent me this thing for a play. It was up in Marietta Square
Yeah,
for an
sure.
audition. What the heck? I'll try it. And I went there. I was waiting for them to say, "Okay, next," or "Hey, we recommend you take acting classes." And okay, I was going there for experience, and I ended up getting a part, and I got a really big part in this play. They handed me the script, and I immediately looked and said, saw my character, and I was like, half the play. I was like, "Oh, these aren't one-liners, man." But it was from that play that one of my another client of mine saw the play, and they loved it, and they they were in production. They had a production company, and one of their clients or whatever, they sent a thing for the Hunger Games,
Yeah.
and so I submitted for that and got it. So
That is
that's
so
how that came
cool.
about.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. That is really really cool. And you're right. The whole acting movie industry is huge, and it is growing in Atlanta. You're certainly right. So you would think there'd be a lot more opportunities out there, even now more than ever, too. So,
yeah, oh yeah.
man,
But that's a pretty good release too. I mean, it's a good. I think it's a good hobby activity. I took some acting classes the next year, and um, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to run the business and go acting and stuff like to be a working actor. I mean, I give them that's I give them a lot of credit. That's hard work.
oh yeah, definitely.
Like having jobs.
Yeah, yeah. My wife was an extra in Taken 3, which was filmed here in Atlanta.
Okay.
And then there was another movie, I think it's called Gamers. I could be wrong on that. I'll have to ask her and double check. But she said for like 5 seconds of work, I think she was there for like several days for like 8 hours each day, and it was just
Yeah.
pretty brutal. But she loves it though. I mean that's her world, and that's I think that's great. Yeah, man. But again, you've got your hands in so many different pots. And going back to the original, let's see, I had asked you about
You're
training.
breaking up.
Yeah, with personal training, you offer group training as well, don't you?
I do. I do group training,
Okay.
individual. I do in-home training, as you referred to earlier, but and
Right.
I also do online training, like through Skype or FaceTime if they have iPhones and stuff like that. And
Yes.
been really been taken off. I have clients from I have clients in the Cayman Islands,
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Alabama, Texas. Some of the clients that have been with me here and then they have moved for whatever reason, and some of them have just travel through work,
Hmm.
and so that way they have to, I stay on them. So instead of just doing and sometimes I do YouTube videos for clients too. I'll do like a private YouTube video as a workout they can take with them.
That's
Um,
awesome. Wow.
yeah.
You're like a virtual personal trainer then. I mean, that is
Yes.
excellent.
Yes.
That is so cool. And then what is the perimeter or the radius, I guess, of the folks in the Atlanta area that you'll be able to service in proximity to yourself?
I'm about uh, 25-mile radius.
Okay, okay, yeah. And
I'd
then
say like Roswell, Tucker, Buckhead, Vinings, sometimes Midtown, and Marietta, yeah,
good.
West and stuff
Oh,
like that.
perfect. Yeah, no, that's a great location. Then logistically, a lot of people will be able to train with you. So that's perfect. And then, well, now let me ask you this, Roger. A few other things here. Let's get the website name out. Let's get your contact information. If anybody's watching and they want to train with you, first question before we do that: are you currently accepting new clients? If there are people watching for that.
I am. I am
Okay.
currently accepting clients.
And if
What
they're
I do is if you go to rogerscottfitness.com,
okay,
you can read all about my website. I have the different training, like the tactics and the salsa with me on there. I have some introductory rates, and I also post some promotional rates, usually yearly. Right now, I have a fall promotion.
oh,
So
good, perfect.
yeah, where I do like if you sign up for 2 months, I give you a month free.
Oh, wow, that's
Yes, as
awesome.
long as you lock into the packages, so you can get an idea of my training. I also have like introductory rates too. You can do like 5 sessions to start off with, if you wanted to, as well for like $99 for individuals and stuff.
Oh,
But
that's awesome.
yeah, you take a look at that website as well. And I have a blog spot on there, and I talk about online training. I also talk about metabolic fitness, different training styles and stuff, and how to incorporate that into your lifestyle. But and then once you contact me, I can send you a consultation form,
Okay.
and you fill that out. It's like 5 to 10 minutes. It just gives background information of what you did before, what you're looking to do, what your fitness goals are, your times, availabilities, and stuff. And then what I do from that, once you submit that, I take a look at it. I'll contact you and set you up with a complimentary fitness evaluation.
Oh, how cool. That's great.
And it's usually about an hour. I go over all the exercises, the form, the fitness. I just get an idea where you are, and then from there I can go into exact rates and I can set an exact routine
Mm-hmm.
customized just for each individual, even if they're in a group, if they sign up for group or partner.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
So I don't. I kind of do a boot camp with the salsa with me at the same time, but the only thing is, I'm I don't make everybody catch up to everybody else like traditional boot camp styles. I try to
Yeah.
do it where I you know look at each individual in a group
Right.
and
Yeah.
make that connection. And if I find that some I need to, I'll just put them at an individual rate, or I'll just set them with a different group or less people or something like that. But I work with I can work with them individually or just work with them in groups. And sometimes what I can do is if enough people sign up, what I can do is I can match people with partners as well if they wanted to do that too.
No, that's really great. So there sounds like there's plenty of options for anybody watching then to be
Right.
able to hook up with you. That is great.
Try to make it excuse free, Tom.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's right. No more excuses. So there you have it, folks. That's what you got to do. You got to go check his website out, www.rogerscottfitness.com. And for anybody else watching, grab a pen and paper because when we fade to black momentarily, just in case one more time, you'll be able to freeze the screen and get his website link right there. So that was great, Roger. This video blog flew by really fast. That was almost a half an hour we went, and that was, again, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I hope we can invite you back on in the very near future to do a follow-up as well.
All right. Well, it was very nice talking with you as well, and I look forward to it.
Yeah, likewise. And Roger, keep up the great work. Definitely, you're doing awesome. So we really got a lot out of that. And again, just keep doing what you're doing. That is awesome. So there you have it, folks. Roger Scott Fitness, and here comes his information right now.
All right. Thank you.
All right, there you have it, folks. Roger Scott Fitness. Hope you took down the information, and really great interview with him right there. Roger, thank you so much for your time, sir, and everyone else, thank you for your time here on a Saturday watching GoTarryn TV. So after you're done checking out Roger Scott Fitness, I'd like to invite everyone also to check out the website link at the bottom of your screen right there, www.gotarryn.tv. Bookmark that as a favorite to your web browser today and tell 2 people about that site as well. In addition to that, if you haven't already done so, I encourage you to please make sure to like GoTarryn on Facebook, subscribe to GoTarryn on YouTube, follow GoTarryn on Twitter, and that way you will stay connected with Tarryn, the traveling trainer of GoTarryn Personal Training, who always tells you it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone, and we will see you next week for our next video blog. So long, everyone. Bye.